Hey there, how's it going? So in today's video, I want to talk about this ridiculous bit of news just dropped about Ford. Now, I don't know exactly what it means. You know, there's speculation that it really means nothing. It's just, you know, I mean, I've even had a couple people say it's just to protect the Skyliner name. There's this bit of news going around about how Ford has trademarked the Skyline name, which any car enthusiast knows does not belong to Ford. It's always been for Nissan in the Skyline, the GTR and whatnot, and it still is. I think it's still being used in Japan for certain Nissan products. So I don't understand. I don't really know how trademarks work, but I guess because it's in a different country, it's available for trademarking. I don't know. I thought once something, unless Nissan never had that trademarked, I thought once something was trademarked, it was trademarked, but I guess not. That's not exactly how that works. Either way, I want to talk about some speculation here that I personally have about what this means, what it could be, and just talk about, you know, this weird bit of Ford news. Alright, so this is what I think is going on. Now, I've been very upset about what Ford has been doing. They've been focusing, you know, just immense amount of time into, you know, marketing and branding things. And I guess it's working out for them because, you know, people are really excited over these not so exciting vehicles. Therefore, marketing is working very well. But they definitely seem to be focusing on the image of Ford, right, and not the actual vehicles themselves. So I mean, they're constantly trademarking names and are constantly got things just you know, in the works for brand imaging. And now we got this new bit of information, you know, that's come about how they've trademarked the Skyline name, which has been reserved for Nissan and the GTR, the older ones, not the newer one. But, you know, some people refer to it as the Skyline. That's part of that car's heritage. It's not a name I would associate with anything but that car, and it would be weird if that name was associated with anything but that car. But the thing is, this is what I don't think this trademark is going to be. I don't think it's going to be a model of any type. I don't think it's going to be its own vehicle. Now, with that said, there is a great possibility that this very well could be a trim level of one of Ford's current vehicles, or a future vehicle, I don't know, like a future EV or something that they're working on. And the reason why I say that is, you know, a lot of speculation is that it's just to reserve the Skyliner name. Well, okay, that makes a little sense, I guess, but you're not trademarking Skyliner, you're trademarking Skyline. And so with that said, I don't think that really is the case. Now, see, Ford has already trademarked similar names like Timberline for the Explorer and stuff. So Skyline is along the same, you know, type of naming scheme that they've kind of already been implementing for certain trim levels of vehicles. So I think it very well could be just an additional trim level, a package or something, you know, in one of the vehicles. Now, what vehicle could it be? I don't know. I really don't. That part is still just 100%, you're guessing at that point. You know, I can't make any logical guess with the information that I have that it's going to be a specific vehicle. Now, you know, I think something like that name I feel like that would almost be reserved to something like a Lincoln or something nice. I don't know, Skyline. That just sounds nice. A premium type of name, right? That's what that kind of makes you feel like it should be on. But I don't know. Maybe on a higher, maybe a truck trim for the F-150 or the Expedition, or what, I don't know. I don't know what it could be if it was a trim level and what it could go on. But I do think that is one great possibility of what the name is being trademarked for, is a certain trim level, since they already have similar trim levels that have a similar name like Skyline. Now, with that said, I think there is also another good possibility of what this could be. I also think this could be a trademark name that Ford is trying to reserve for a specific feature that they will offer in, you know, a vehicle here at some point. Now, I know on a lot of newer cars, like in the last few years, what's been a kind of a popular option that you can get in some of the higher end luxury type cars are the type of, you know, headliners that you know, make it look like the sky or something at night. They all light up. They have like fiber optic, you know, lights in the headliner, and so it makes it look like you're in the sky or something. So that could also be a possibility, that it's, you know, the name's being reserved for a feature like that in a car, in a new car or a current car or whatever, maybe just the next model year feature. You know, maybe you can get your Expedition with, you know, the Skyliner feature, or maybe it's like a glass roof or something, or whatever. You know, I think all of those could be a good possibility for a feature that would, you know, be relevant to that name. So, you know, there's always that as a possibility as well. Now, aside from any type of feature like that, I can't really think of anything else that would be relevant to even use that kind of name. So I think that's pretty much what that would be. So that's all I can think about for that right now. And then there's the third and most unrealistic and improbable possibility of what this name is being used for. And that's for an actual model. Now, I cannot see anywhere in Ford's lineup currently where they could possibly fit anything else but a car that would realistically make sense. But why would they call it a Skyline? You know, I just don't understand. I mean, I know back in early days of Ford, the Skyliner was, you know, a nice car you would get from Ford, but I don't think that's what it would be reserved for today. And even if it was supposed to be a little, you know how I've kind of complained about, you know, the Maverick not being, you know, like a traditional little two-door sports car like it originally was, you know, I couldn't even fathom the idea of Ford possibly being ballsy enough to take a name as iconic as Skyline, reserved for one of the best sports cars of all time, to make their own little car. That would rub me in all the wrong ways. I mean, I would be very upset. I feel like if they were ever going to use that name on a future product, there is one car in particular that would come to mind that they would use it for. And this is actually one car I kind of was excited for when it kind of surfaced, when the news surfaced, because I am a car person. I don't care about SUVs, and I'm not saying I don't like them. I just personally wouldn't want to own one. You know, my hard-earned money I would love to spend on a car of some sort, and I love big four-door cars, hence why I had the SHO. So if you remember that there was, not too long ago, this speculation of Ford making this four-door Mustang, right? Or this car, this four-door sedan, this long sedan that had Mustang styling. Same thing they kind of did with the Mustang Mach-E. Now, whether they were going to call it a Mustang, I don't know. But if they did make this big, long, four-door car with Mustang styling, it kind of holds back to the original Skyliner, you know, a really long sedan type car, then I guess it also could be a possibility that if they're really serious about building that car, it could be another Mustang, but it'd be the Mustang Skyline, which would be this long four-door Mustang car thing. You know, like, as weird as that would be, that's probably a good, you know, out of any of the possibilities that it could be its own model, I think that's probably the most possible. Purely out of speculation. Yeah, but I really don't know. You know, this is, of course, just my thoughts, theories about this new bit of news. There's really not much more that people know about. You know, all the reports coming out, they're all saying the same thing. You know, they're just trying to get their piece of the pie on this new bit of news. So at this moment in time, nothing more that could possibly be any more informal than what we can just fathom in our minds at the moment. But of course, if you have any other theories or thoughts to what this means, you know, what the Skyline name means for Ford, always leave a comment in the comment section. Let's talk about it. You know, maybe it's something, maybe someone else knows more than me, because I don't know everything. It's been established many times. But either way, that will be it for this video. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with everyone you know. If you want to see more content like this, then go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and keep a lookout for the next True Ford Enthusiast video.